A lot of you have asked, and here it is. The Trunks deck that I'm going to be running this week at my locals. Deck profile starts now. So guys, today I'm bringing you the deck that I'm going to be running at my locals gauntlet this week, which is basically just a fancy way of me saying that I'm going to be going to 5 different locals. I did a lot of brainstorming, a lot of testing on Octagon. I had to even use Untap because Octagon servers were down at one point. So yeah, that was fun. But I'm going to be running Trunks. And obviously I gave a little spoiler last time as to what deck I was going to be running, but today I actually have the finalized build. This leader is so slept on. It's so underrated. The ability to just combo every turn and draw and get hand advantage and utilize results of training better than any other deck is probably going to utilize it is ridiculous. Being that the recent ARG regional was won by starter deck Goku and the set 1 Vegeta was in the top, that means that there is room in this game for aggro decks. This is basically an aggro deck, but you'll see as the deck profile plays out that it does have some low-key defenses. But let's get right into the leader. Trunks, front side. When you combo with a card with a cost of 2 or more, you get to draw a card. You awaken at 4 life or less, draw 2 cards, flip them over to his awakened side. His awakened side has the same effect. If you combo with a cost of 2 or greater, you get to draw a card. And then his auto is you draw. So there's so many plays that you can utilize this leader with. You can combo and draw like 4 or 5 cards, in one turn if you really wanted to, if you utilize it right in the right situation. But on average, you're going to be drawing 2 cards every turn because you want to combo every turn. If you don't have a card to combo with, then you're really not playing the deck right. There are instances where you brick. You just have to be patient and wait out a turn, especially if it's early game, until you get enough of a hand size or the proper resources in your hand to utilize its combo effect. But this leader is really good. It's slept on, and I hope people start playing it. So let's get into the deck list. This is a red-blue deck. So we're going to show you the red cards first. 4 Kaba. I don't know why I always call him Champa. 4 Saiyan Kaba, best 1-drop in the game for offensive purposes. Helps you awaken. Putting pressure on board with a 15k double striker early in the game is really good, and late game is really good. If you have enough life to use late game, to use this effect, you can bring out like 2 or 3 of these in one turn and just go all in with Kaba. It's really nasty. And then you can just shotgun your entire hand into the Kaba to make him so to the point where your opponent's not going to be able to combo over it. Kaba is just too good. Then we have Champa, or FDC as I like to call him. 1 energy for a 10,000 power combo, but the added bonus of getting double strike is insane. A lot of the times you're going to swing and your opponent's going to not, declare a counter, so you're going to be able to combo. And once you drop this Champa and you shotgun your hand into getting it up to a huge amount where they're not going to combo over, it's an easy 2 life out of their total. So Furthering Destruction Champa is a really good card, and if there's energy open, your opponent should always expect that you're going to play it. The next red card, Mighty Mask. Because it's a dual color deck, Mighty Mask allows you to manipulate the colors that you need to charge for your energy because it searches out Gotens and Trunks. So Mighty Mask is really good because it's a 10k attacker, so it's not really light. And then you get the effect from pitching it from the field to the discard pile. So you're going to search a Goten and a Trunks, and he could be used for combo. He's a 5,000 combo card, so he's no cost to combo with, and he's a cost of 2, so it'll draw a card off of Trunks. In combination with Mighty Mask, as far as the search targets, let me just fix this for you guys. As far as the search targets are concerned, I run the 1 red Goten just to have for a sustainable red energy, and then the other 2 Gotens that I search are the Family of Justice Sun Goten. It's your destruction card. You combo with it, you pay an energy, draw a card off of your leader, and then destroy a card with 3 or less. It's a really good way to utilize destruction. I mean, the 3 or less hurts a little bit. That's why it's only at 2. But energy power Gotens is a 3-drop, and all the blockers and stuff like that. So for that reason, that's why I have him. And then the Trunks search target is 4 Unyielding Spirit Trunks. This card is bananas, but in this deck is even more bananas because not only does it restand one of your energy, but you also draw a card because of its cost. So it's super good. The only unfortunate thing is that the untap is only on offense, so you have to be kind of careful when you use it. But untapping energy in this game is really good because that allows you to put out multiple threats per turn. And that's what we want to do. We want to put pressure on our opponent, put multiple threats out per turn, out combo, and out draw. Now, as far as the rest of the blue, 1-drop Majin Buu, self-explanatory. You bring him out for 1 blue, replaces itself. It's a free 5k on board, and it's a sneaky attacker. I swing in with Majin Buu. 9 times out of 10, people do not negate, and I just start shotgunning my Champas into it, my hand, just getting them up to a ridiculous amount so that my opponent can't combo over it, and they just lost to a Majin Buu. It's crazy, but it works more than you think. And then Mai, she's the secret sauce of this deck with one other card I'm going to show you later. She's a 2 energy, so she's a 2-cost card, so she's a combo for the leader that allows you to draw. But because your leader is Trunks, she comes out for free, and she's a blocker. So this is kind of where your defense comes in. She's really good. Same thing. If I want to be aggressive and attack with her, I'll just attack with her. It's really gonna get negated and shotgun my entire hand into her. So she's really awesome. And then when you have these built up in your hand, late game, you just drop 3 or 4 of them per in one turn. Your opponent has 4 blockers to deal with. That could be a little pesky. So this is how I play defense in this deck. And then we also have 3 Raging Spirit Son Gohan. These cards are too good. If you don't have a turn 1 play, just charge an energy and pass. And then when your opponent attacks you, you combo with this card. It's a 15k body on board for just 1 energy. Sadly, you won't get the draw for your leader because it's on defense. But putting a 15k body on board for essentially no cost is insane. These cards are so good. The Frieza for the yellow color, the Vegeta for the red, and the TN is good in its own way, but it's not as, I don't consider it the same as these cards, but that mechanic of just tapping energy and bringing a card out is so good. You saw it run in ARG Richmond, and you're going to see a lot of these cards, in every deck. I think it's going to be considered a staple pretty soon. So, Raging Attack, a Raging Spirit Son Gohan is dope. And then this is where I kind of get a little defensive. I have Ultimate Judgment Jocko. The reason I like this card is because you can use him 2 ways. You can use him on offense to 5,000 combo for your leader and draw a card, or you can use him on defense. If your opponent's going to make a healthy push and they think they're going to go over you, you just Jocko and bounce everything back to their hand. It's an easy card to charge. You really only need 1 of each color energy, so just 1 blue and 1 yellow and 1 red to play all your cards. So if you have to charge it, you charge it. But it's such a good card because it's a free combo card, and it allows you to bounce your opponent's stuff back to their hand. So it saves you. So this is how I play defense in this deck. And then, of course, staple, Boost Attack Piccolo. This card is bananas. I mean, with the leader on his Awakened side, Piccolo draws you, Trunks draws you, and then the attack of the leader draws you. So that's 3 in just 1 card. And a free 10k boost is too good. It's just too good of a card. You can use it on both offense and defense. And in this deck, because I run the Jocko, I'm not afraid to use this on offense, because essentially Jocko and Piccolo do the same thing. This is giving you a 10k boost and drawing you a card. And then the Jocko, as far as defensive values are concerned, is giving you a 5k boost, but you're bouncing an opponent's card back, a minimum of a 5k boost. So you actually essentially just gain 10. So, of course, 2 energy boost Beerus. I was so back and forth with this card. It's a great card. I love it. It is a little expensive. It's 2 blue energy and it's a 4-drop. We're really not trying to do that in this deck. But its effect of just popping a card on the field and being a 20k double strike is so good because it puts so much pressure. Obviously, in this deck specifically, you're going to be putting most of your pressure with your leader, but having a secondary option is really good also. So I use Beerus for that simple fact, and the added bonus of popping a card is just too good. Beerus is such a good card, and I feel like it gets outshined a lot in the meta by Kale and Gohan, the green Gohan. But Beerus did it first. He was the OG. And then we're going to get to some extra cards here. This is my spicy tech. Encouraging Presence Monaka. I love this card. I hated this card for such a long time because I first started playing the game with the mobile game, and this was one of the cards in that deck, and I just hated it because I was like, why do I have this, this card here? But now that I'm, reading it and respecting it for what it really does, it's essentially a +1. Like, I pay 1 blue energy, I draw a card, which you want to do in this deck, but it gives my leader double strike. So it's going to do 2 things. It's either going to push in for 2 damage with your leader, or it's going to burn your opponent's negates, which is what you want. You want your opponent to burn their negates, and you want your opponent to burn out their hand, so that when you're on offense, you can literally count their resources and just go at it from there. You want to always maintain advantage, and you want to be up on your opponent at all times, and I feel like Monaka does that. And if it's too cloggy, you just charge it. And then, of course, Senzubin, best extra card in the game. It's real. I like it on defense because it gives my battle card or my leader that permanent 5k. So my opponent will probably have to combo over it just to get over it. But in this deck also, it restands energy, which is bananas. So, of course, we want to use that because we're going to be comboing and using a lot of our energies anyway. So we want to use the Senzubin to restand. And with just unyielding Trunks and unstanding, you can stand up multiple energies per turn. It's ridiculous. Senzubin is a really good card. And then last but not least, my Awakening card, 2 Results of Training. I was considering running 3. Shout out to my boy Rich. We actually talked about this deck a lot, and we actually talked about what we should take out and what we should put in. He suggested 3, and I was toying with 3 for a little while, but I kept seeing too many of them because this deck draws so much that I kept seeing Results of Training when I didn't need it, and I was just charging it for energy. And sometimes, because your opponent still is under the assumption that they have to win, so they have to do damage to win. So they're gonna get you to a certain point where you're gonna awaken anyway. So Results of Training is needed, but is not. I hate saying this, but it's not like the end-all be-all of awakening in this deck. Obviously, you have Kaba, which is a way to awaken, and if you just get stuck on 5, this is how you want to do it. So I feel like 2 is a perfect number. I never really had an issue with it getting prized, and I normally get it off each game. And the great thing about Results of Training with this deck is with the leader. Results of Training allows you to awaken, but it doesn't state that you have to awaken right then and there at that instant. So you can activate Results of Training, use Trunks' ability on the front side, awaken, draw 2 cards, and then use it again on the back side because it's technically a different card. So it's pretty cool how you can use that interaction with Results of Training and this Trunks leader. So that's why it's a really good card. I mean, I love it. So that's it. That's the deck, guys. I mean, that's the deck. That's the deck I'm going to be using in the tournaments this week. There's a total of 5 tournaments I'm possibly going to be going to, but we'll see how everything goes, see how much time I can actually commit to it. So thank you to Rich, and thank you to Nico, two of my guys that we bounced off ideas off one another. Yeah, I mean, they're subscribers. I talk to them all the time. I talk to my subscribers, guys. I'm very approachable. So if you guys ever feel like you want to talk, just, shoot me an email or join the Discord, which I'm going to be linking in the description below. We're always talking on Discord. We're always bouncing ideas off of each other. This is a community setting. So, I'm not a pro, and I'm not going to belittle anybody. And we're all just here to help each other and get ideas and be better at this game. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like for the video if you enjoyed it. Click the bell to get notifications when I drop my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for the results after the fact. Wish me luck, guys.